Turkish Ministry of Defense and Turkish Armed Forces, they have declared something very, very scary. It could be the coming of the WW3, World War III. So the Turkish Ministry of Defense and Turkish Armed Forces have announced that they are already preparing to support Palestinian. Vladimir Putin, his Wagner mercenary group, they are now joining the Hamas forces, and Turkey, Russia, all of them are in a secret alliance. Secret alliance. Turkey and Russia are already in talk to take action, to take revenge on the United States. Last year, if you remember, when Russia invaded the territory of Ukraine, there was a great tension going on between Israel and Russia. And so Russian leader Vladimir Putin, he forcibly recruited Jewish citizens living within the borders of Russia. If you remember that incident, it happened actually when Russia invaded Ukraine. So basically means that Russia now is finding an excuse, or Russia is finding another reason why they should be involved in this war and support Turkey, not US, and take revenge against US. So this is where Russia is coming from. Now I want you to take a look at this report, because this report is so important to understand what is going on at the moment. And I'm going to be actually playing or showing you the report itself so that you can read yourself too. So it's just last year when Russia invaded the territory of the Ukraine, there was a great tension between Israel and Russia. Russian leader Vladimir Putin forcibly recruited Jewish citizens living within the borders of Russia. So because of the problem that Vladimir Putin had with the Israelis, he decided to recruit the Jew who are living in that area, Russia, into the army forces, and he also had them recruited to protect the borders, the Russian borders. Living within the borders of Russia into the army, forcing them to fight on Ukrainian territory. In the same way, Putin's aggressive attitude, which prevents Jews living in Russia from leaving the country, has caused a great deconfliction. I don't know what to say. Between Israel and Russia. Israel, which secretly provided ammunition support to Ukraine later in the war, and carried out airstrikes on Russian outposts and ammunition depot in Syria, indirectly provided Ukraine with a major support in the same way. So basically, when Ukraine was supported by supported by Israel, because of those area they have opened up for the coming of the Israeli forces in order to help the Ukrainian armed forces, according to this report. Because of that, Putin is now doing exactly the same thing. He is going to be using his Wagner mercenaries who will be launching attacks with Hamas on Israel. So this is not a good news. And also, obviously, we know that Turkey is now readying themselves to deal with this situation the way they think is fit, because Erdogan, he doesn't have any trust in US's leadership, and so he is he's trying to bypass Joe Biden in order to bring neutrality in the region, in order to stable the region, because United States, they have failed miserably. And according to this report and many other people, that's exactly what they're saying, that US has failed. And if you take a look at the reaction of United States, they actually moved 2 US warships in the Mediterranean. That was absolutely unnecessary. So Turkey and the United States, Turkish President Erdogan preferred to remain neutral in this deconfliction between Israel and Palestine. Is this even a word, deconfliction? I have never heard about this, but that's a good one if it is a word. However, shortly after the events, the Turkish Ministry of National Defense, now this is what I want you to read, okay, made a statement. They made a statement. Turkish Ministry of National Defense made a statement that the Turkish army was ready to send support to Palestine. The order has come from the TSK, who announced that they are ready if President Erdogan gives an order. President Erdogan has announced that supplies will be sent to Palestine in the first place, but the fact that he implied that this was just the beginning attracted attention, and Turkey has shown its side. After these statements, the discovery that Wagner soldiers, okay, so again, Wagner soldiers are from Russian mercenaries, were supporting Hamas. Okay, so this lead to an even more complicated situation in so the Turk and the Russian have shown their side in this war. So basically, we all know now that Turkey is going to be siding with Russia 100 times more likely than siding with US. Obviously, they're going to go against Israel. So I mean, 2008, if you remember the attack on the Turkish ship, the ship that was carrying aid to the Palestinian. At that time, Turkey could really do nothing much about that, and Turkey lost 10 crew members. But now, situation is completely different. Looks like Russia is willing to back Turkey up if there is a war or if there is a conflict. Russia have shown their side in the war that conflicted between Israel and Palestine with the learning that Vladimir Putin's Wagner mercenaries were helping Hamas soldiers. And this is getting even more and more disastrous. Events began to happen according to statements made by the Ukraine government. Hamas army was trained by Wagner soldiers before launching attacks on Israel. Wagner soldiers who retreated from the territory of Ukraine and settled in Belarus were sent to Middle Eastern countries via Belarus officials of the looks like there is a coalition going on between Russia, Belarus, Turkey against United States and Israel, and they are using these mercenaries because through these mercenaries it is easy for them to go to a conflict to fight against these countries like United States and Israel. So Russia and Turkey, they're playing it very cool at this moment, especially during this time of conflict. So Wagner soldiers who retreated from the territory of Ukraine and settled in Belarus were sent to Middle Eastern countries via Belarus officials. Via Belarus. So the officials of the Ukraine National Resistance Center who stated that they received intelligence. So all of these things are coming into play all at once when you have this Wagner group training Hamas. I mean, a lot of people, when the war started, when Hamas attacked Israel, they were asking this question, how this group, Hamas, was able to receive that kind of training. And so now you have the answer. And the way they received those training was through these mercenaries coming from Russia, Wagner group. So things are looking pretty bad for Russia, to say the least. Thank you guys for